Spirit has been having this conversation with me about timelines over the last few days, and something that I've realized about timelines through this ongoing conversation is that everything that I see, envision, and feel deeply connected to did happen on a timeline, right? That's pretty basic information whenever it comes to this conversation about timelines. But what it doesn't mean is that I'm going to experience it in the flesh, right? And it's not that I can't, it just means that number one, I've evolved beyond needing to experience it in the flesh because it no longer resonates with what or who I've evolved into. Okay, and this is even if it appears to be the juiciest timeline experience ever. And this is where the art of detachment comes in, right? Because there may be a version of myself that resonated with a particular timeline experience, and maybe it just didn't unfold for whatever reason. Maybe I just wasn't ready or prepared, or whatever the reason might be, right? But if I allow myself to get attached to needing that experience to happen, that could be a sign that I'm not living in the authentic flow of things, right? That could be a sign that I'm still operating with a lack mindset, because what I'm saying to the universe is that I need that experience to happen, because what if I never get that experience or that opportunity again? Number two, it doesn't mean that I'm going to experience it in the flesh, and it's not that I can't, but it just means that my thought patterns and inner frequency may not be in alignment with that particular timeline experience. Number two speaks for itself. So moving on to number three, it doesn't mean that I'm going to experience it in the flesh. Okay, it's not that I can't, but what it does mean is that in order to step into a particular timeline experience, it requires that I have a very clear understanding that I am not a hostage to or a victim of the unnatural systems created by society. Okay, so as long as I continue to blame society, as long as I continue to blame the powers that be for what it is that I lack or for my inability to rise up, as long as I keep placing the blame outside of myself, I will continue to experience what it is that I'm experiencing. I will continue to experience disempowering experiences or experiences that are rooted in lack, all right? So in order for those timeline experiences to unfold, I have to make sure that I am not being or allowing myself to think in terms of I'm a hostage to or a victim to the unnatural systems created by society. At one particular moment in time, yeah, I may have been a hostage to them only because I wasn't aware, only because maybe I wasn't being taught that something else was available. But once I become aware, the responsibility is on me. And number four, okay, it just means that in order for these timeline experiences to unfold with ease, precision, and a certain kind of quickness, I have to surrender control and stop resisting the call or invitation to be free, right? And something that I have realized is that the only reason why I would ever resist the freedom is because my mind was causing me to believe that I don't have what I need in order to sustain or in order to maintain this freedom that I'm stepping into, right? But the reality is that if God is calling me into this space of freedom, if God is calling me away from these unnatural systems, then that means that God is giving me, is going to give me exactly what it is that I need in order to sustain this freedom that I'm stepping into, right? God has always been working it out for my good since the very beginning of time. And now that I have this sense of awareness, I can say, okay, I'm ready. Let it unfold. I'm here. Even if my mind is playing tricks on me, I'm still here. I'm still present. I'm still ready. Okay? So the timelines that are unfolding, the visions, the things that you see, the things that you feel deeply connected to, don't allow yourself to get attached to those things, because things are always changing. Things are always moving, right? Nothing is ever staying the same. Nothing is ever staying the same. And if we become attached, that's when we become stagnant. That's when we become stuck, right? I love you.